Hey, welcome to the last recorded lesson of the year. This is our Geoboard lesson. Super fun. I think you're really going to like it. Follow along. There's a little bit of work that you need to do on this slide deck, and then you're going to get to see that you get to do some fun stuff. So, Geoboard quilts. This guy says, I made a geoboard quilt. I wonder what fraction of the whole each color is. Well, he says this is half, so that seems reasonable. How many blue squares will fill the geoboard? How many of these squares could you fit? Okay, so if you can fit this one here, you probably can fit it here, oopsie, and then here and here. So let's say this is 1/4, because 4, oh man, 4 can fit in one space. Oh my goodness, this is such a disaster. Okay, so Jake knows that the largest triangle is 1/2 of the quilt. This is 1/4 of the quilt. So what fraction is this triangle? Well, I'm looking and I can see that I could fit one of these triangles inside this 1/4. So that's half as big. So how do you know? So, well, if there are 4/4 in the whole thing and you can fit 2 of these triangles into each fourth, that must mean that this is an 1/8. And these tiny ones, which can fit into the 1/8, 2 times 8 equals 16. So these are each 16ths. Let's see how they explain it over here. 4 squares fit on the whole. Then you can see this is a nice illustration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these triangles can fit on the whole. So the one that they have up here is 1/8. And then they're showing you here that 16 of these smaller triangles can fit into the whole. So each one of these, the green one and the purple one, are each 1/16. So how do the sizes of the shapes compare? And how does this relate to fractions? Fill in this green space. Let's look at the geoboard again. What do you notice about the model? What do you notice about the fractional parts? We talked a little bit about it up here on this slide. Oops. Yeah, on this slide. What do you notice? And then on the next slide, do you agree or disagree with these kids? So drag an X if you disagree and drag a check mark if you do. The purple and green triangles are the same size. Okay, I get it. Together they can make one yellow triangle. Do you think that this size, 2/16, is the same size congruent to 1/8? If you think yes, then drag a green check mark over here. If you don't think so, drag an X. So she says, so 2/16 must be the same as 1/8. So I would say yes to this. You don't have to do this, I'll do it. And then she says, so 2/16 must be the same as 1/8. Do you agree? Yeah, because they're the same size, they're congruent. The yellow, green, and purple triangles are half of the geoboard. So if you take 1 yellow and 2/16, does that fill in half? Well, I notice that this says half. Will these 3 little parts fill up that space? I don't think so. What do you think? 2 yellow triangles are the same as 1 blue triangle, so 2/8 must be the same as 1/4. What do you think? Could you fit 2 of these into one? Yeah, you probably could, right? I made this geoboard quilt. I want to make half of my quilt red and half yellow. How can I be sure I did that? How would you answer Emily's question? How can she be sure? Answer that question on slide 6. Here's some thoughts about that. And the grand finale, make your own geoboard quilt. Go to the geoboard app, make a quilt, use different shapes and colors, make a screenshot, and add it to our gallery. So the first thing you need to do is click on the geoboard app, and it will bring you to a space like this. Now, I have already done mine. I wonder if I can fill this in. So I've done mine already. You can do yours. So you can start with 0. I'm going to take a picture of mine before I'll start it over again. So I'm going to copy my image. I am going to right click on it. I'm going to copy the image. And then I'm going to go back to the geoboard slides and click on Go to Quilt Gallery. Click on it. It will take you to our geoboard quilt gallery. Now I'm going to add my quilt by right-clicking and pasting. I'm going to resize it so that, actually, you know what, I think I'm going to use this cropping thing to cut off some of the stuff that I don't need. There we go. Get this. Oops. All right, I'm going to move this over here. Okay, so once I've created my own quilt image, I need to, oops, I'm going to need to say what fraction of each of these each of my squares is. I don't have any red, so I'm going to put, I have 0 out of 0. Purple, I have 2. I filled up a 4th, but I have 2 spaces. So I'm going to say that is 2 out of 8, because I could fit 8 of these triangles. I have 1 yellow square, which is 1/4. I could fit 4 of these squares in, and I only have 1 yellow one. I have a lot of green little squares. The green little squares are each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16ths. So I have 4 16ths. 4 16ths. I don't have any orange. I don't have any blue. Oh, I do have blue. I have a 4th of my quilt is blue, but it's cut in half. So that means I have 2/8 over here. And that's it. 0 out of 0. And I don't have any gray. No. Oops. Oh well. All right. So 0 out of 0. I need to make sure that I add my name. And that's that. So when we're all done, we'll be able to look and see what everybody came up with. Very fun. That is it. So hopefully you guys understand what to do. Have fun with this. The Geoboard app's really fun. So I mean, I could go back over to my Geoboard app and just start all over again. Go back to start clear all. So clear everything and just start over. So you drag your rubber bands. You can make shapes, giant shapes. You can make little tiny shapes. That. But in the end, you need to be able to say how much of each, how much of the geoboard you've filled in with the colors. I'm going to try this again. Let's see. Uh-huh. How come? Oh, you have to click on the rubber band. So in order to fill in the space with the color, you've got to fill in, you got to click on the rubber band. Oopsie. Once you've done that, then you can fill in the space. I should have probably done that on the rest of it. I'm going to make this like this. There. So now that one's going to be orange. Pretty. Oh, I like that. I should have done that. Darn it. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just fun. Have fun with this and think about fractions. That's our goal. Have fun, guys. Bye.